Wow, what a nice blazer.
Thank you for being here.
You ready for this?
How do you?
Oh, no small talk. Let's get into it.
I've heard about the families that in Mexico that they get separated at the border. Right. If you were to be president, what would you do about that?
I would stop it, because as far as I'm concerned, you should never separate children from their parents.
So I want to be the president of the United States,
Fantastic.
Just like you.
Yes, good. Now, why do you want to be president?
Because I'm looking up to you, and I've always looked up to President Barack Obama, and I've always wanted to say that I'll be the second or third African-American president, yes. And I've always put that dream in me.
And so it shall be.
How will you keep bad guys from having guns?
We can't let people have guns who are not responsible. What do you think the rules should be?
You should run a test to see if they're going to be responsible with the guns or not.
That is excellent, and that's called background checks.
Well, I go to a really awesome public school in Ames, but I know that some public schools across the country are kind of struggling. Would you do anything to help?
We need to invest in our public schools because it is people like you, our young, brilliant leaders, thrive and do really well in public schools. Tell me what you're worried about.
Global warming and school shootings.
Yeah.
How are you going to help stop climate change?
By 2035, we'll have electric school buses. By 2045, we'll have a clean economy. Here's the motivation. You motivate me.
What's your plan to make America nice again?
As president, that I actually am going to always reward people for being nice, not being mean. I think we are so much stronger when we are unified. And so I plan on unifying our country around the things we have in common, that no matter what our race, no matter what our gender, that we all have so much in common.
There's a lot of great teachers. How would you try to get them paid more?
You just asked a question that teachers around the country are asking. A federal investment in closing the teacher pay gap is it'll be the first time in our nation's history they're not paid as much as they're worth. I want to have a nurse in every public school. I want to have a social worker in every public school. I have a plan to also pay teachers more. Like, I don't like mean people.
And like Donald Trump.
Yeah, me either. You know why I feel like that? I think that the people who are the strongest people are like, if they see somebody fall, they go to help pick them up. Like, that's a sign of strength. It's actually stronger to be kind than it is to be mean. And that's a winning argument every time. Why do you think we should have background checks?
Because if you don't know how they're going to react with guns, maybe they'll kill somebody.
I'm going to pass what you said on to a lot of adults, and I'm going to ask them to listen to you and what you just said, because you are so right, and you are such a great leader for saying that.
How cute is that? So that's from 4 years ago, and it has been going viral again because of everything going on. And I wanted to share it with you because I think it's just such a clear example of who our candidate is. And it's such a stark contrast between her and Trump. Can you imagine Trump speaking to children like that? You know, not only is she's like, the thing I mean, not all adults do this, but Rosie O'Donnell, I don't know why I'm bringing this up, but she used to do this very well. Like, she treats she treats children like adults. She sees them as equals. And I saw in Kamala Harris there treating those kids as equals. And also the depth in which she talks about these issues, climate change, gun control. It's such a sweet video. I when I was watching it, I was tearing up, and I do feel like I'm just going to be crying. And from now until November, tears are just going to be flowing off and on until November. I can't get over it. I'm an emotional wreck about all of this. I do hope that the Kamala Harris campaign does more content like this. Again, this is from 4 years ago, and I just think it's so smart because it really does show her in a way that you can't see. I mean, the way that adults engage with children says so much about them. And I really do think with her now as a presidential nominee, this is going to be a really not important, but it'd be a really smart way to get a different side of her out there. So my hope would be the Kamala Harris campaign, this goes, not that this goes viral, but that the video keeps going viral. They're like, oh yeah, remember that? Let's do that again. That was really smart of us. Any lifestyle stuff like that. She also has cooking videos where she does a lot of cooking. Here's a segment that Inside Edition randomly did about it.
What can't she do?
Kamala Harris is a serious foodie. She's been a guest on several cooking shows, including Mindy Kaling's show.
Look at how gorgeous that is.
Harris says her Indian-born mother used to cook for her.
We would often come home from school before our mother would come home from work. And there was always fresh baked cookies.
No.
Or always. Always.
The women shared something in common. Both their families stored spices in coffee jars.
All the Indian spices, and he put them
In the Taster's Choice jars. And this is exactly what my mother would do.
Before she was vice president, she had a digital show on YouTube called Cooking with Kamala.
We love tuna salad sandwiches.
Harris cooked with famed chefs Jose Andres and Tom Colicchio from Top Chef.
It killed me to put cheese on tuna. It's like, I don't get it.
I am so with you.
And here she is giving turkey tips to a cameraman while awaiting a live interview.
A pot of water, a couple bay leaves, a little sugar, a little couple peppercorns. You could even do a little slice of orange, something like that. Oh yes, hi.
So anyway, I love the lifestyle stuff. I think we need more of it from our politicians, humanize the politicians, because people want to know that they're voting for a real person. And Donald Trump is, though he's well known for doing reality TV, Donald Trump is not, he's not like you and me. And so we need to have that contrast. And this sort of content, getting it out there is extremely necessary and smart.
I don't know what's wrong with you young people. You think you just fell out of a coconut tree?